Amsterdam is one of the most livable, human-centered cities on the planet, after having dared to move past the car-centric status quo. When I cycled around the city with not just bikes, I was amazed how convenient it was and how calm and safe I felt throughout the trip. Amsterdam is a gold standard of walkability and bike-friendly urbanism that the rest of the world, including Europe, marvels at. That includes me, living in Germany. Compared to Amsterdam and other Dutch cities, Germany is a mixed bag. Lots of Germans are still addicted to their cars and cannot imagine their lives without them, while many others are ready for a change. Urban areas in Germany range from loud, filthy, depressing urban motorways to large, transit-oriented spaces. From dystopian, grimy underpasses to friendly, pedestrianized promenades. Bike and pedestrian-friendly, human-centered areas, while definitely there, are often patchy and inconsistent. For now anyway. Compared to the gold standard of Amsterdam, German cities are still far behind. But what if I told you, we are not in Amsterdam? This is Leipzig, Germany, a city that makes no excuses when creating truly bike-friendly, human-centered spaces. As a rule of thumb, a good cycle path is one you would let your small children bike on their own without fearing for their lives. This is why so-called sharrows and bicycle gutters are terrible. The leadership of Leipzig is well aware of this. Therefore, the city is full of safe, separate bike paths with adjacent traffic limited to 30 km per hour. On the back streets, you don't even need a designated bike lane. Traffic is few and far between and the speed limit is low. Time to head in for a Saturday morning coffee and cake on this calm, friendly street. And while we're sitting here, I would also like to thank Atlas VPN for sponsoring today's video. Atlas VPN offers a service that encrypts your data and hides your virtual location from prying eyes. It helps you protect your privacy and allows you to bypass those ever-annoying region locks. With Atlas VPN, you'll be able to unlock all that content locked away from you arbitrarily only based on your location, like on Netflix and other streaming platforms. All you need to do is open the app, pick a server, and that's it. Atlas VPN also includes a breach scanner function, able to tell you if there were any data leaks associated with a given email address. Atlas VPN also allows you to block unwanted trackers from websites with their new tracker blocker feature. All you need to do is flip the switch. Currently, Atlas VPN is running a huge discount for their 3-year plan for just $199 per month and of course with a 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the description. Atlas of course runs both on desktop and mobile and is compatible across all well-known operating systems. Protect your privacy and don't let region blocks stop you. Take advantage of this discount today by clicking the link in the description. Thank you for checking out Atlas VPN. Ads like this help support what I do. And now, back to the video. After the break, it's time to look around the city. Leipzig has been progressively reclaiming space from cars and giving it back to everyday people. It's fun to stumble upon an urban oasis like this in a place that used to be a barren, asphalt wasteland, dead tissue in the heart of the city. Though apparently some people came out to protest against taking away their free parking spots in 2019. One of the signs says, "We want equal rights." This is very funny when we consider that in inner-city Leipzig, where this protest took place, only 25% of trips are made by car, yet cars dominate the majority of public space. At least they did back when this protest took place. Trying to chip away at this outrageous privilege by turning an asphalt wasteland into a social space, and dozens of entitled snowflakes will come out to scream at you for it. Unfortunately for them, it's not up to the silent majority to conform to the excessive convenience needs of an out-of-touch, loud minority. As the saying goes, when you're privileged, equality feels like oppression. Sorry snowflakes, but in Leipzig, your time is coming to an end. The car-centric hard times have created strong men who are now creating good times, which will then create even more strong men via clean air, enough movement and low noise pollution. Biking in Leipzig is simply pleasant, and at no point have I felt in danger. Cyclists are almost always separated from cars, and motor traffic speeds are limited for safety. Areas where this isn't true are the temporary exception instead of the eternal norm. Leipzig is a city in motion. It's a popular college town with a steadily increasing population, currently around 600,000. In the center, there is a whole new, bike-friendly, walkable residential district being built on former industrial land with mixed zoning, lots of green spaces, and mid-rises sporting 2,100 apartments plus schools and kindergartens. They obviously watched my video about why skyscrapers are a bad idea. Previously, I talked about sharrows and bicycle gutters being terrible. And they are. Cars zoom past right next to you at high speeds, the surface is uneven, and they fall at the wrong time means getting run over. On this bridge, Leipzig solved that problem by converting one entire traffic lane on each side to cycling lanes. There is a neat buffer zone between you and cars, making you feel safe. This lane conversion increases efficiency, since a lane can move up to 12,000 cyclists per hour compared to only 2,000 cars. Leipzig accomplished this massive improvement not through a multi-million euro construction project, but with a bucket of yellow paint. So mayors, please take note. The surface will need some re-asphalting eventually, as cars have created ruts all over the place. It's insane how quickly cars destroy their own infrastructure. And we're spending billions and billions on this every year. When was the last time you saw a bike lane having to be patched? Most of us haven't. That's because the heavier the vehicle, the more damage it does to the road. Exponentially so. Case in point, an average car causes road damage 1,600 times that of a fat man on a freakishly heavy bicycle. You know the meme about how Roman roads survive to this day, but then the engineers arrived and now we're full of potholes? That's because of cars, not the engineers. I just wish my bike didn't creak so much. I left it out in the rain for a few days. I can't record like this. What should I do? Well, I should call a service center, which will schedule me in 1 month from now, where instead of repairing the problem parts, they replace my entire bike frame for 500 euros. Just kidding, my bike is not a Tesla. Let's go to a hardware store, which isn't out at the edge of town next to a highway, but right in the center near the main station, connected via this convenient, fully separated bike path. After a 5-minute bike ride, time to get some oil, bearing grease, and that wrench set I've been putting off buying for the last 6 months. Leaving the hardware store, this bike parking area of a nearby office building looks like a good spot for a quick repair. Just tightening a bolt or two, some oil to the right places, and the bike is good to go. No scheduling, no waitlist, no service fees, just some good old-fashioned do-it-yourself maintenance. Let's visit the Leipzig Historical Center, because it is beautiful and fully pedestrianized. There is even an underground S-Bahn station with 4 frequent commuter lines. Just look at this alleyway and try telling someone it would look nicer with a traffic lane and a row of parked cars. Another very nice thing about Leipzig is the abundance of on-street bicycle parking racks. Many cities forget these. It's one thing to be able to get somewhere on a bike, but you also need a convenient, civilized way of locking it. Lampposts, fences and traffic signs don't count. Thankfully in Leipzig, such convenient, on-site bicycle parking is ubiquitous. They are everywhere. Some areas in Leipzig remain very much car-centered, the legacy of megalomaniac Soviet urban planning. We're in former East Germany after all. Speaking of, what's going on over there? Some sort of mini-protest. Let's see, a Russian flag, the flag of Saxony, 2 peace flags, and 2 flags of the German Reich. Wait 1 sec. There we go. My civic duty is done for the day. It's getting dark soon, so it's time to head to the station. I'm visiting a friend in a nearby city. Though the station area is still rather car-centric, there is a safe, separated, signaled bike path all the way. Oh look, the old underpass. I'm glad they've cancelled it. Underpasses are just a way to expel human beings underground so that cars can rule the surface world. Good riddance. Our journey ends at Leipzig main station, a huge, impressive building. It even has an underground, multi-level mall integrated into it. And it has one of the most impressive Starbucks cafes I've ever seen. Seriously, just look at it. Starbucks and German imperial architecture are a good mix apparently. My train is departing in a few minutes, so this is where I'll conclude. My home city of Leipzig, through conscious, consistent effort, is turning itself into a truly bike-friendly, livable, human-centered place. Instead of bullshit solutions like Sharrows, they actually do what needs to be done, and the city is better for it as it tailors itself to the silent majority instead of a loud, entitled minority. The amount and coverage of bike-friendly infrastructure is almost unprecedented in the country. This is why I'm calling Leipzig Germany's hidden Amsterdam. Have you been to German cities that are as bike-friendly as Leipzig? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate my content, you can support me on Patreon, where I sometimes post pictures of my cats. And I'll be seeing you all next time.